Welcome back to Coco's Life. And today we're going to talk about the 7 do's and don'ts of meeting someone off of a dating app. And I've gone on 80 first dates, and it's not a flex, let me tell you that. But these are my rules. Okay. And I think it will help you especially if you're struggling to meet people off of online dating. Because I hear that a lot actually. People are like, well, I just never meet someone. They just ghost me after they message me, or they just don't message back, or like it's really hard to meet people off of the internet. But the internet, what am I? Yeah, I'm a millennial. Okay, I think it shows. So let's talk about my 7 do's and don'ts. And by the way, those 80 first dates were from 3 years, a total of 3 years. I'm sure this applies to straight people and gay men, but this is just my experience as a lesbian woman in the women loving women dating scene. So, but I think it still applies. Number one, do meet within 1 to 7 days. Don't be freaking pen pals. Like, I cannot express enough how I was not joining this dating app to be your pen pal. Like, we are not talking for texting for like 6 months before we meet. Like, excuse me, not even a month. We're meeting within 1 to 7 days. So that's like one of my rules. And that's how I've like successfully had so many dates and I've met so many great people. Okay. You're probably wondering, like, you've been on so many dates. That's a lot of dates. Like, what's going on? We could talk about this some other time. So what I've noticed is that when you don't meet this person within that 1 to 7 day timeline, you're never going to meet them. And that's really how it is. So like if you're struggling to meet someone off of the dating apps, it's because you're waiting too long to meet them. And that's really all I got for you there. I think that really much explains it. Number 2, FaceTime before the first date. That is crucial. And don't just meet them without FaceTiming them. And yes, it counts as a date. I count FaceTime dates as dates because you're talking to them for like an hour to 3 hours, maybe 30 minutes, but you're still getting to know them. And honestly, nobody likes surprises. And plus, it's kind of scary out there in the first place. So your best bet is to FaceTime them. Honestly, if the vibe's not there during the FaceTime, it's not going to be there on the date. So you're better off not wasting that gas or even paying for the date if it's not going to work. Number 3, do be clear of your intentions, okay? And don't modify your intentions if someone doesn't have the same wants as you. Basically, just be true to yourself. The right person will find you, and you will find the right person who's going to want you for you. 4, this might be like a super hot take, but do date more than one person at a time. And don't U-Haul. As a lesbian, we're known for U-Hauling, right? We're known for just jumping in that relationship after 2 weeks. Don't do that. Date more than one person. You don't know that person yet. And yes, I did say date more than one person. I know it's not for everybody, but like give it a go. It's really not that hard. Do like one, maybe 2, 3 people at the same time. But you're not like, it's not the same thing as sleeping with someone. It's different. It's different. I highly recommend it. It's very much a hot take, but I personally think that like relationships and dating are 2 different things, which I hope you know that. Dating for me personally is non-exclusive. You don't owe that person anything. You don't even know them. Basically what I'm saying, never put your eggs in all one basket until you really get to know them. Also, that's like the whole point of dating is to date multiple people. I don't know why some people just don't understand that, or they get really turned off, or they're like, if you're dating more than one person, I don't want to, date you. I want all your attention and blah 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 blah. But it's like you're expecting me to be exclusive with you. That's a relationship, not happening. So give it a go. Try more than one person. Number 5, do date non-exclusively for 3 months. Yeah, I said it, 3 months. You're not getting into that relationship after 2 weeks of knowing them. That's not happening. Basically, we already know the don't. The don't is don't jump into a relationship. And you know what? Honestly, I think like 6 months probably be more preferred for someone to date someone non-exclusively for. Because like, do you really know the person before 3 months? And I feel like 3 months is like, okay, this could work. This could work. Maybe you actually know the person. You obviously know them more than you know them for like 2 weeks. So I'll give that some leeway. But for me, it's like 6 months. And then that's when I'll decide whether or not you're like, because usually after 3 months, you'll know if you're bored of the person. After 3 months, you're going to already just either really not like the person, just not interested. You'll know. So like instead of jumping into that like obligation of a relationship and being exclusive with that person, like, you're gonna give yourself some leeway to actually get to know them because you don't know someone after 2 weeks. I don't care how much they trauma dump on you. And you know what? And if it doesn't work out after 3 months, that's okay. It just wasn't meant to be. Dating is to figure out if they tick all the boxes that you need, and a relationship is to see if they're someone that you'd want to marry. If that's why you're dating. For me, I date to marry. Yeah, I'm dating to marry. I intentionally date. That's me though. Number 6, do be yourself and don't fabricate yourself. Like, don't make yourself a different person for somebody. I know I kind of said that. I kind of I'm reiterating that right now with this. I kind of said that earlier. At the end of the day, it's really hard to not be you. So why not just be you? Like, they're gonna figure out who you are in the first place, or if eventually. So it's like, if they don't like you now, they're not gonna like you later. So might as well just be you the entire time. And if they just don't like you for you, then that's just not your person. Number 7, last but not least, dues. You or your date pays. So you already know it. Your don't is splitting the freaking bill, unless it's coffee. Different story. But if you're gonna go out to eat with somebody, you or your date pays. There is no roles of, especially for, like, being a lesbian. There's people who automatically assume that the mask should pay and the femme doesn't. Just like these patriarchal roles or whatever. So let's erase that. One of y'all are paying, because I think you're basically saying, hey, we're gonna split the bill. We're just gonna be friends. So what I'm saying, at the end of the day, there are no rules on who pays. Somebody's paying if it's a date. Unless you really want to friend zone someone, then split the bill. That's what I did. Every time it was like, every time I decided it wasn't going to work, I just split the bill. And then usually it just didn't work out anyways. We just mutually ghosted each other. I call it mutually ghosting because nobody contacted each other afterwards. So I think it was just like one of those hidden, like, rules. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean, right? So those are the 7 do's and don'ts of dating. I'm not an expert, but definitely will help you find your person. Well, those were the 7 do's and don'ts of dating from Koko Escoto. It'll definitely help you get a date, but best of luck either way. All right. Mucho, mucho amor. Bye.